Alright, yeah, and welcome back to some more Magic Duels with our Ores of Tokens deck. So, I have made a few changes between episodes, just to improve this deck a little bit. I feel like the reason why it was struggling just a little bit was because it was a swarm deck, but it wasn't swarming enough. And also, some of the sacrifice options just weren't optimized, I would say. So, we've changed things around a little bit. New additions to the deck, we've got 2 copies of Syndicate Trafficker, so for a 1 and a black, 2 mana total. We have a 3/1. You can pay 1 to sacrifice an artifact, put a 1/1 counter on the Trafficker, and it gains indestructible. So this is our replacement for Nantu Husk, which we've cut out entirely. You might be saying, well, you can't sacrifice non-creature artifacts. Non-artifact creatures, sorry. And you are right, but for the most part, 95% of the creatures in our deck are artifact creatures anyway, so I think losing that ability is not really going to matter. We do lose our ability to do it for free though, so we can't combo immediately off from Marionette Master, for example. We do need the mana, so that could hurt us slightly, but I think in the long run this just makes it better. Just on the average day-to-day gameplay of this deck. As for other things that we've added in, we've gone with Weaponscraft Enthusiast. Not sure why these weren't in the first place, to be honest, because they are great with servo strategies. So for 2 and a black, 0/1, Fabricate 2. So you can either put 2 counters on the Enthusiast, which you never want to do, or you commit 2 servos, and that works really well with our Anointed Procession. Essentially gives you 4 servos, which is pretty sweet. If you've got yourself a Lord, then that is awesome. The things that we have cut, we've gone down on 1 Isle Eternal Pilgrim. It is a little too hard to cast right at the very early game of Magic, so we got Trafficker there as the same kind of effect, so I've cut one of those down. And we've also gone down our 3 Nantu Husks, as I mentioned, because we are just replacing them with a better version. And finally, I just had to make space, so I ended up going with 1 Purge, because we do have a fair amount of removal in here already, so Purge doesn't actually hit everything, so it's not the best thing in the world, and we already have the collective effort to hit the enchantments and things like that, and Anguished Unmaking hits everything else. So that's essentially the changes to the deck, guys. Without further ado, let's get into the games. See you there. Okay, we're in, and we've got a turn 2 hidden stockpile with Revolt enabled. We've got Anointed Procession into Avacyn. It's a pretty sweet start. Okay, leads off with an Evolving Wilds. Okay, so we are going to lead off with our Renegade map. We're going to crack it for a Plains next turn and then play our stockpile down. He's going to crack his Evolving Wilds. We'll see what he's playing with. Multicolored deck, 90% sure. Red mana, okay. I've seen a few people run Evolving Wilds in like monocolored decks for thinning. Sure. Red-green, ooh, okay. And we draw more lands. More lands is not terrible at the moment because we do have a high-end setup at the moment. So let's grab the Plains. And we shall play the Plains, play the stockpile, pass the turn, get a Servo. Okay, so we can start scrying every turn and hitting our opponent for 1 every turn. Eventually we'll get to Procession and we'll start generating servos while doing exactly the same thing, and then we'll pump them up, and we'll be in a good spot. As long as he doesn't wipe our board. Hanweir Garrison. Gonna need an answer for that. It's not something I can allow to stick around. Well, Planar Outburst is kind of an answer to that. What we can do is we can swing in with a Servo, see if he wants to block, because we can threaten a kill. Especially if I go double white. So let's go to combat, swing for 1. Why would I swing for 1 unless I've got Combat Trick? Oh wait, I've got Stockpile. We'll see if he wants to block. We might get a free hit in here. Either way, it's dying, so we might as well try. There you go. Beautiful. Alright, now we sack it. Scry and trigger Revolt so we get an untapped one. Enthusiast. Yeah, we'll take the Enthusiast, I think. So next turn we Procession. The turn after that we wipe the board because he's going to have a few tokens. And then we'll start playing down our Weapon Crafts Enthusiasts and our Angel of Inventions and stuff like that. Huh. It's a lot of damage. Sure. Well, it's possible that we just die next turn. We'll see. Anointed Procession, if we don't die, we wipe the board. So he's got 6 power waiting on the board now. Can he add the other amount? It looks like he can't. Tireless Tracker, okay. Gets a clue. And then he's just going to swing. Any pump spells? No, he's just going to crack his clue. Alright. So we're going to have to Planar Outburst here. And hope that's enough for us to stabilize. We do have Angel of Invention with Lifelink as well, so... And Sorin if we get another land. Alright, Planar Outburst. Wipe the board. There's so much that can kill us though. He's already shown us that he has 6 power worth of hasty shenanigans in his deck, so... Yep, there it is. Oh no, that's Devil's Playground, sorry. That does actually really hurt. Oh dear. So, these guys are like Goblin Arsonists, so they deal 1 damage when they die. So we might actually have to go Angel of Invention with counters. Just so that we can block and gain life. And not have our Angel die from it. I think that's the only way we survive this turn, really. Counters on the creature. We die if he's got a removal spell for our Angel. Otherwise, we stand a chance of stabilizing from this point. Because we can gain 4 every turn and take out one of his creatures if he's that aggressive. Cracks his Evolving Wilds. What we really need is another land so I can Sorin a minus. Gain some life that way as well. There's Heaven. There's an answer. Alright. 5 damage to all flyers. Swings in. So if I kill one of his creatures without gaining life, I lose. If I don't kill any of his creatures, I lose. So the only answer here is Sorin. It's the only one we can go for. And there's no way of keeping him alive here, because we could -5, put him at 1, whatever we kill kills it. So if we go -6, we gain 6 and kill something. And he points at us and we go essentially to 6. We could -1, which is effectively minusing 2. And then everything just kills it. So I think it's the case that we just kill Sorin. Gain essentially 5 life. In fact, are we actually just dead? Not quite. I know he's got an Earth in his graveyard, so he can deal this for 1, and this is a 3-point damage after combat. Ah dear. So we have to block. take 3. So Devil's Point 2 at us. Give me Battle at the Bridge. Greenbelt Rampager. Bounces back to hand. Replays it. Bounces back to hand, plays it, and it sticks. I'm assuming that's what he's going with. Yep, okay. Yeah, Battle of the Bridge here would be great. We could tap out to kill that Rampager. Anguished Unmaking we can't cast. Is it a Flash in Avacyn situation? It may very well be, because we can go Avacyn and Renegade map. We've got a Revolt trigger for the next round. We block the Rampager with Avacyn and we take 1 down to 2. If he's got any hasty stuff, we just lose. I don't think there's any way we can play around that. We get 4 blockers with the Enthusiast. We could sack 1 actually to gain another Servo. That actually might be the answer here. Just keep chump blocking. So we play the Enthusiast, we get 4 Servos, we sack the Enthusiast to the stockpile, we get 2 more Servos, so we got 6 blockers. That's enough to take down all of his creatures, but his creatures are enough to take down all of ours, by the looks of things. I think that actually... No, because he earths for 1, swings for 3, and we lose. So we can't do that. It is Map and Avacyn here then. Okay. Just gotta pray that he doesn't have a hasty creature or extra damage. Honestly, I think a Battle of the Bridge is the only way we stabilize here, so we just gotta get lucky because there's only 2 of them in our deck. Siege Modification. That's fine. That still dies to Avacyn. And he goes to combat. We Avacyn. Does he have instant speed removal for Avacyn? While the trigger's on the stack. If he's got instant speed removal, we lose. Otherwise, we just take 1. He might have a way to save the Rampager as well. That's also a possibility. Looks like he's just going to run that timer down. Alright, we get Indestructibility. And we block. We take 1 to 2. Still dead to a burn spell. What's his last card? Not useful enough. That's what we do know. Now let me just triple super check that Avacyn doesn't actually hit me. Yeah, each other creature and each opponent. Doesn't hit me. It's very nice. Right, well, we'll crack our map. Trigger Revolt. Go for Plains. Play the Plains. Play the Enthusiast. Yeah, we do have to play the Enthusiast. He can just Earth for 1 and wipe our board. Unfortunately. I don't know if there's a way that we can play around that, though. I suppose we've got a super amount of sacrifices on the hidden stockpile, so we can at least get some value there. Let's create 4 servos. And swing for 4. Pass the turn, gain 2 servos. We're dead in so many ways, it's unreal. So the Earth for 1 takes us to 1 as well. But we have a blocker back if he's got anything else. So he plays the Evolving Wilds. He's still got 1 card in hand. We're getting lucky as far as his draws are concerned. I'm guessing he's not getting much use out of his stuff. Does he swing for 1? He does. So I'm going to block. Being at 1 is pretty much no different to being at 2, as far as I'm concerned. So let's do that. And Devil points at us. Oh, it does wipe our board though. I wasn't thinking about that. Oops. It was going to happen anyway because we were going to block and sack, and we didn't. We have no choice but to do this. Marionette Master. Let's top you. Earth. Used pointlessly because we're about to... Oh, he's going to get rid of our Avacyn. Okay. Oh no, he's got flying. He thought he was going to get rid of our Avacyn. So, Marionette Master in hand. It's going to allow us to get enough for the Westvale Abbey in the future turn. We might have actually won this. I'm not going to get ahead of myself, but it's a possibility. So, Marionette Master. We want the servos. 6 servos. We can sack 1 of them. Deal 1 to you. Trigger Revolt. Land to the bottom. Swing for 6. Lethal next turn. Okay. Get 2 more servos. If he wipes our board, he loses. He plays a land. And passes. So, yeah, he's had enough. Jesus, how did we win that? Let's go for our Armandal. So, sack 5 servos and just win. 1, 2, oops, there we go. 0.5 at him. Get a 9/7 life-linking indestructible flyer. Wow. Just wow. I did not see us stabilizing through that. But we made it. We made it. Alright guys, let's go for another game. Okay, we have turn 2 Schematic into turn 3 Enthusiast, turn 4 Enthusiast, and then Herald at some point during that. I'm not going to do the math, but the Improvise makes him super cheap. I'm going to keep this. We're on the draw as well, so we might find something nice. We've also got Westvale Abbey when we get the mana for it as well. We're definitely producing enough servos to make that happen. Okay, we're against a potentially aggressive deck here. Leads off with a Mountain, but no turn 1 play. Good for us. Alright, let's see what his turn 2 play is though. He should, if he's an aggressive deck, should have a turn 2 player. Ooh, blue-red. Take inventory. So this is either an Enigma Drake deck or it's Mill. I'm going with Mill. Mill's usually more popular. I'm not sure what our odds are here. It depends on if he's running board wipes or anything like that. If he's not running board wipes, we can swarm over him quite quickly. So we'll have to see. Also making him discard with a Herald will make it a little bit more difficult for him to chain draw spells, I guess. So we got that going for us. Cathartic Reunion, discarding 2 cards. He's tapped down his red, so His not exquisite. Fiery Tempers are not a thing. Just gonna Clutch of Currents our token. Okay. That technically cuts us off of a mana on the Herald. But it's not really slowing us down too much. Let's go Weapons Craft Enthusiast. Get 2 servos. And then we'll probably go Trinketeer and swing for 4. Would be my bet. Depends on how he plays this out. Curator of Mysteries. Whenever you cycle or discard Scry. Okay. Probably want to deal with that because we can't swing through. We get our land. Yeah, it's probably best we deal with that now. Don't want him scrying, and I'd like to get in some attacks. Our life total, not particularly relevant if this is indeed mill. It might be kind of a discard kind of deck, actually. That'd be an interesting thing to see. I've not really seen a deck like that before. But I'm guessing it's still mill. Jorien. And Blood Rage Brawler. Draws him a card. Now he has to discard one with the Brawler. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can play the Herald of Anguish this turn. Make him discard some more of those cards. Oh no, we can't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. Am I missing something? 4. Improvise. Your artifacts can tap this spell. Each artifact you tap gives 1 mana. 4, 5, 6, 7. Huh. Interesting. I don't know if that's bugged or if that's me being an idiot, but I guess we'll go with another Enthusiast and some more servos. How odd. He would have been really good in that spot as well. He was on 2 cards, so there was no way that he wasn't getting rid of one, because he discarded a land. Which leads me to believe he's probably got something decent in there. And he had a nice land to just discard away. Heartpiercer Manticore. Can sack a creature to fling it at me. Going with Jorien on an Enthusiast. That's great. Enthusiasts are merely cannon fodder in this deck. And swings for 4. Right, well. We'll throw our cannon fodder in the way again. If we have anything that sacks for an additional cost, we've got the schematic, which helps. Okay, so now we've got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mana available, and the Herald not helping. Guess it's bugged. Alright, let's get our Trinketeer down. If it is indeed bugged, then... Oh, no, we ain't got double black. Alright, I guess you guys have been typing that in chat for the past 10 to 15 minutes. We are missing our swamp. I'm a silly sausage. I can't believe I've gone that long with it going, I don't understand why it's so bugged. I remember it working. What do we want to do here? We don't want to take 8. Let's do that. Yeah. It's fine, I guess. Then again, if we drew a land, that was going to be a mistake. Because we could Westvale Abbey. Blood Rage Brawler gets rid of his last card. So Herald of Anguish, if we get that to resolve, means that he's not allowed cards in his hand. Ooh. That's an interesting discard there. Taking out our Trinketeer, I would guess. So it wouldn't have mattered. Wouldn't have had enough for the Westvale Abbey. But he's given up his Saheeli, and there's our land. We can now play the Herald. But at this point, I think swing, kill Saheeli. Play Sorin, kill Manticore, maybe? Actually, no, don't do that. Because then it enables his Embalm. Play Sorin, though, still. So we'll leave a Servo back as a blocker. And Sorin doesn't die to a direct attack anyway. But leaving this back just means that we can keep him at a high loyalty. If it all goes wrong, we've always got our panic button in hand. Otherwise, we'll just play our Herald. So, what did we reveal, and how much damage is he taking? We revealed a Swamp. He takes 0. I don't know why he lingered on that one for as long as he did. Plays a land. Forces us to chump. It's not really even forcing us, I just want to. Keeping Sorin, getting him close to that 9 would be kind of cool. But to be perfectly honest, just protecting Sorin long enough for him to deal damage on the reveals is effectively what I want him for. Sram's Expertise hits him for 4. We play a land, and I guess we'll go with a Gideon. Widen our Planeswalker range, also puts down tokens. And yeah, we'll swing for 1. Okay. Draws into another land. We're getting lucky on his draws. Certainly. Ours are pretty decent anyway. The card advantage we're getting from Sorin is good enough. The damage that it's dealing as well is just an added bonus. Alright, well, chump. We hit him for 6 with Gideon and the Servo token. We plus Sorin, we hit him for a lot more. What do we hit him for this time? 0 again. Alright. Alright, tick up Gideon. Swing for 6. And do I want a Herald or do I want to just Sram's Expertise? I guess Expertise. It's more pathetic little jump blockers for him to try and take out. And actually, we can get all of it down. I think that's just overextended though, so I'll just let that go. Honestly, there's no way that he can hurt us at this point, except for with a board wipe, so let's just not allow that. Okay. Swings at Sorin. We're going to allow it this time, because now I can get an Ormondal. If this tick up doesn't just straight up kill him. Anointed Procession, pretty sweet. Alright, well, tick up, see if he dies. He takes what? He takes 5. Alright, well, let's make a Knight ally. And honestly, we can just swing, because he's dead to our servos. I'm not going to BM him by making Ormondol, but we could. We could be swinging in with a 9/7 Indestructible Lifelinker with haste. But I'm a nice guy. I'll let him die with honor. Alright guys, well, that is going to do it for today's episode. I do certainly think that the changes that have been made to this deck mean that it runs a hell of a lot smoother. Actually, we didn't really get too much chance to show off our smugglers. Is it smugglers? Our 2/1 that sacrifice artifacts, but I can already tell from this situation being able to sack the servo schematics and stuff like that, and even the renegade maps to give it an extra counter, is a lot better than an Antuco Husk that resets every turn. And it seems to run a lot smoother. So I do hope you've enjoyed the look of the deck. If you did, then be sure to like and subscribe for some more Magic Duels in the future, as well as hitting that little bell icon right next to the subscription button, and that'll give you notifications when those videos go live. I do hope you've enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.